too much. I am dying. It's a temporary one. Yeehaw. Time for dialogue. Crisp. They just stand there. Will we ever get the other upgrade? We'll find out. I need to just kill everything to keep this open. I have to run around a bunch. Big goblin. Need him in that. You can't jump over there. I need the battery. Let's sure. This seems like okay. So gotta turn it back into a battery, huh? I don't know if just certain attacks do certain amounts of damage, or if some of these guys have like variable health. I know, super hungry, but I don't eat too much. I'm trying to decide if I'm just gonna go to bed when we finish this. Pick up my brother tonight. Or I'm gonna go to bed for that. We'll see. See how I'm feeling. Nice. Nice. I can't tell him, but just join the crew. He's better than everybody else. Time to feed the baby mice. He digs. That's his job.
Our heroes climbed to a grassy vantage point and looked below to see an enormous, clanking machine. From the machine rode scores of dangerous-looking vehicles.
Can you just blow up the page right now?
Sped away towards Artia.
Alright.
And so, our heroes sprinted off to Artia.
Can they beat the speed of a tank?
Chapter 8. Clash at the Castle. The gang arrived at Artia to see the aftermath of a great battle. The army of Artia had been thoroughly defeated by Humgrub's forces.
Alright. It's nighttime. Probably gonna have a little less energy. The rest of this, I'm like, good food and the sleep's been fucked. But, we'll keep rocking, man. We should have joined the fight earlier, we might have got there in time. The fuck, I just lost 4 health. This is the tank.
Jock dusted himself off and arose to fight once more.
So much for the fight. Okay, they just take time. Can I leave the page? Sometimes you can buffer in another hit by spamming the explosion. Careful not to do that too much. Moss. I hope she's like ripped, just like everybody else.
Violet readied her wand. It was time to get magical.
Playing a match 3, man. Where's the rip scene? Oh shit. That's cute though. Can I get like something to actually use on that? I was getting like no stuff. Nice RNG, man. What's up, Lassie? I can shoot those ahead of time. That makes more sense. Die. Probably one of the spicier mini games.
Violet was
Where was
victorious.
her muscle outfit?
And her former schoolmates quite flabbergasted.
A Rambo scene. Those were funny. The magic of match 3. The mysterious visit. I saw a little collectible guy on the left there, but whatever. The old giant metal traps thing. Devilish.
And now Humgrump sat upon the Arctic throne to claim his rightful role as the grand ruler of all of Mojo.
Time for the next game. This game looks sick. Hope Sam becomes a serial killer. He should have came in here and it was just like guns. Different pieces he was putting together. He stopped creating art. He started working on weapons. Axes and shit.
Once upon a time, there was a magnificent wizard named Humgrump. Lord Humgrump ruled the land of Mojo, overlooking all from his splendid palace. He was the ruler of Mojo because he was the greatest person who had ever lived in the land, and he knew what was best for its people. The loyal ones would be treated with great grace and fairness, and taxed at the very reasonable rate of 96%. The disloyal ones, well, they would be put in their place. And that was a place which was many miles underground, and was known as
The place many miles underground.
Deep Doom.
Not much different.
One such
Second
disloyal
names
subject
and-
was the wretched Squire Jot, who found himself now imprisoned in a cell in the depths of Deep Doom, which was exactly where he belonged.
Cool. I didn't say much. Pretty low energy right now. I ate too much and sleep's been weird. I have to carry my brother around a car ship.
Peered into
Work.
the terrifying darkness of the vent, inside which awaited a frightening and ultimately lonely death. The energy beam looked warm and enticing.
Huh, weird. Well, Linux gaming, I guess, man. I don't know. Hopefully you guys can figure it out. Sounds of Windows 11, man. I feel like Linux is gonna be a better option. Let's see that. Yeah.
Now there were two.
Did that engine ever have good like Linux support in the first place? Or was it
Not
always
a great
janky?
development. Ahead of the fugitives lay a data center stocked full of wonderful, life-affirming paperwork. And
Gotcha.
controlled by highly competent guards. The traitorous rodent prepared to sneak through its corridors. A plan quite obviously doomed to hilarious failure.
guess it would be turn-based. Move in a rhythm. Cool. Dude's got the fucking fedora and glasses. What a cool fucking mouse, man. Yeah, I mean, it's different when you're doing it for fun or for a different kind of goal. Yeah, cool. I'll help you have fun with it. Need to do some gaming and also some coding. I mean, that's a double whammy. Shooting the shit with people who also give a fuck. Which is good. Oh, that too.
The horrid little mouse had made it past the troops and opened a vent to let his equally horrid associate through. This turn of events was not very pleasing. Oh dear, a complete and utter dead end. There was absolutely nothing to see over this way. Bother.
Can't do any rolling. Have they fully abandoned the hit engines and all that? With Doom the Dark Ages? I want to say they have, but I don't remember if Indiana Jones was on Unreal 5. I think it was. I know that Machine Games used that engine for a bit too. Yeah. Yeah. The Giga Corpo shit's gotten more popular since then. And now that Microsoft owns them, there sure as hell ain't no way. I mean, they were bought by ZeniMax, probably, right? When did they get bought by ZeniMax? Bethesda. A gen or so after that, I'm sure that was the big thing. Yeah, they don't care about that shit. I agree. Well, people license their engines out and make a lot of money off of that now, so you see it too often. I don't remember if wasn't what's his name? The guy who made the wind, Jonathan Blow. He was making a new engine. I don't remember if that was open source or not. I don't know how. The point is, I don't know how many new engines are open source code and shit. Well, it's cool to see if it is. Right, yeah.
Now there were 3 of them. Could they not just sit still? Another data center lay ahead of the treacherous trio. The cocky rodent prepared to sneak his way through again, with an air of smug arrogance that would no doubt be his undoing.
Oh, it was a programming language. Jesus. Yeah, I know it was something pretty ballsy. It's cool, somebody's got to, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. Where it's going. Yeah, a lot of people use Unreal these days. I mean, Kingdom Come just did the Cry engine, I think, but not a lot of people use that anymore. It's probably the easiest thing to work with, from what I understand. There's the Unity debacle. I don't know how many people they lost because of that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are making it stink like they're gonna not use it anymore. They backtracked and the CEO got fired, or he quit. I don't know if it actually touched it at all.
And once again granted access to his dratted colleagues.
It's pretty hard to like restart stuff or
was not great.
swap engines, I'm sure.
Rather brought into question the competency of the guards and the effectiveness of their training curriculum.
I mean, there's some big people like the Slay the Spire devs and shit, and I can't remember if Team Cherry and all that decided to abandon ship on it. I know it was bullshit, but yeah, I don't know if it's people have come back or that many people, yeah, really got fucked by it. Thing is, Unity did that because they have such a strong place in the engine world for indies especially. Yeah, exactly. I mean, big AAAs are more, if they're not in-house ones, it's Unreal Engine 5. I don't see Unity as often, but for indie, I mean, Unity is pretty big. Depends on the kind of game you're doing. I mean, hell, UFO50 was fucking Game Maker or whatever.
If one ran fast enough, one could definitely slip through the gaps of the whizzing belt.
Yeah, they must just like that engine. Which I don't know anything about it. Good games. I mean, I haven't played Spelunky. I've seen some, but the FF50 is great. I'm close to finishing it. I like trivia. I already put the book away. That's that shit. Weren't they supposed to, yeah, like freeze up if that happened? I guess it still happened. Look at that hut. What the? Oh. This dinosaur card. The Partysaurus. Wow. The biggest thing is, without the sword, you can't like roll for some reason. If they don't want to make an animation for it or what. I need my speed tack. It's rolling. Thought I could beat it up there, maybe. Sadly not. Very insightful, oddly specific. The fucking attend hut, man. Like a military thing. Oh, Diana. There's a it makes it funny when it's a bunch of like soldiers in a fucking like medieval army. Just like an MGS2, man. Random stealth sections, man. Even more iconic. We're not really being ambitious enough with our gameplay kind of fucking inclusion. Like I said, this game is a really cool concept and really cool art. It's got like a polish that's cool, but the gameplay, minute to minute, despite looking like it's probably pretty cool, tends to be very, by the numbers, very, very dry, very anemic. Sadly, like it's fine. I like the game enough, but I like it despite the gameplay. Wish that the gameplay was as kind of ballsy as some of the premise. I mean, the tone and the writing and stuff's pretty dull too. But not the worst. There's some chuckles here and there. Or that it's just kind of like, you know, Eric, evil bad guy, cool dude. And I mean, it's being a bit meta about it, I guess, but I suppose it's not that big of a problem, but Sam put the book away and is not reading it anymore. Oh, so he's in this room doing shit. How do you explain all of this going on? Does not see it? Oh, like Toy Story or something, man. This is quite the outfit. No, not the statue. Not quite sure how the book changing affects his entire outlook on everything. You think he would just be like, wow, how the fuck did this book change? And then go get one of his other million books of the Plucky Squire. But I get the idea. I do wish it was a little bit more. There's a little bit more consistent kind of feel there, so that it felt like it wasn't so loose, right? Like, you know, they do avoid him, or, you know, maybe he takes notice somehow, or you could see, you know, traces of him actually being affected by the book or reading it, and he's like, maybe his mindset's been being changed. Instead, it's just kind of like, I guess he's there sort of reading it, and all this other shit's happening, and it's more cute than it is like really watertight or anything. Your noble blade. and kill the beetles. Die, beetles. Are we supposed to climb on his corpse? Jesus. I mean, at least one of the objectives is to get the book back on the table. I was like, how does he put this book away and then just magically look at it again? You read it off. Yeah. These can't break. The tilt gauntlets. Quite a bit of stop and talk in this too. Definitely not like the worst I've seen, but fair bit for sure. Bomb them. This has to be some kind of war crime, man. What's up, Rocky? I'm gonna do a quick jump here. Sorta. What does this do? shot. Just chilling there. Took a minute for it to scroll the camera. It's alright. Hey, thank you, man.
Dylan!
Shit. Thank you very much.
Bitch.
The Plucky Viewer. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, absolutely. I enjoy it quite a bit, so appreciate you chatting and supporting it, man. Always a pleasure, really. Even if I'm a little low energy today after I got back from taking my brother to work. Tired. Let's see if we can finish this up though first. I feel like we're getting close. I feel like we're in that last act kind of vibe. The Forgotten Books. No. Or not. We'll go back. What? Can I jump now? Ah, cool. Very familiar sounding. I've probably seen a little bit, but I don't know it super well. But I'm probably a minority on that one. My Windows game back then was always Space Pinball. Oh yeah, I've seen this. I bet we've talked about it. No, I never played it though, but I do know it. What reminds me of Minesweeper just off the cuff. I think it's just the visuals. Yeah, I don't think that was on computers for me when I first started actually using them. And when I used anything like an older computer, you know, computers for the first time, it'd probably be in school, so it was mostly just Minesweeper, Space Pinball, stuff like that. Sadly, I must have missed it. Could play it for fun though, honestly. I thought about doing like old Sokobons and all that shit too. So our guy just barely dodged. Getting frozen here. Seconds from disaster. Apparently. Nutella or whatever his name sure thinks there's going to be a future for it. He just publicly stated that Microsoft wants to have, or is hoping to have at some point in the future, a huge list of AI-made games. I'm like, man, okay. Like I said, I think it's an interesting tool. I think there's definitely some room for use there, and obviously just personal projects and shit, and for learning. The corporate, we want to replace all the artists with AI made games, though. That pipe dream, I don't know about that part. I don't think it would really happen anytime soon anyways. I just don't think it's there on that level of like, you know, we're pushing high art kind of stuff. I definitely think you could do some cool stuff with it, but I just don't know if there's really a replacement for that easily. I say let them eat shit trying. Yeah, you know, that's probably, and I mean that's what's gonna end up having to happen. I mean, who's gonna stop them? I would expect you're gonna get like match 3s or something, you know, that are AI made. And the thing is about games and any media at this point, or any medium, is it's flooded with shit already that are made by people, and so many that are just amazing. It's like, is there really room to flood it with more like corpo type of like AI dog shit? I'm like, I don't think so, man. Not in the way they're talking about it, right? Like, is there room for like, you know, the utilization of it for like good stuff? Like, sure, why not? I think it's a slippery slope, and I mean, there's definitely a conversation around it, but yeah, like the way Microsoft's talking about it is not how, yeah, it's gonna be like the worst possible way to do it. No, and I'm not trying to throw shade at you. I know you're not, yeah, looking to do a whole thing in there. I like that. I think the learning machines are interesting, and like, you know, I'm not be ignorant to them. There's stuff going on with them that are pretty spicy. That's why everybody's like, you know, artists are so scared of it, is because it is powerful technology and shit. A lot of interesting combos about it. I just don't think flooding the market, even with if they ever could get to that point, would just be. I just don't see it working out. C++, I was curious the limits of it. Cool. Yeah, why not? Why not? Has there been a lot of like? Has there been many like games fully made in AI yet? I mean, I know videos used to be weird, and now videos, there's quite a few, but I'm sure there is. But like full from scratch, playable, I'm sure there's some, right? New Claude model. I thought somebody was saying they did like a Flappy Birds remake, but it might have just been a picture. I'm sure people are working towards it. Diamond crates. I don't know what the diamonds would be useful for, but it's supposed to be inside one of these. Guess we just need to make them broken. It was not made for the two right next to each other. Strats here. They can't be diamond. Kind of a shame. Maybe I can just blow them up. Okay, let's blow them up. The drumsticks. Put up CCTV screens so you can see yourself exit the store. Probably for theft, I don't know, but they put little red squares on your face. That's supposed to be like a privacy thing. But they can recognize your face, bro. So, I mean, face recognition tech has been around since forever. But I assume that's for everyone, or is it just the employees? Yeah, I imagine it's supposed to be some kind of like, because there's been there's CCTV scans where you can see yourself. I've seen those myself. I'll look up at myself, but hey, what's up? Now even at Walmart, you can look in the screen and you're just looking at yourself. Maybe there's some privacy thing going on. In America? Probably not. I don't know, maybe it's some special thing at that place.
Of them now? This was really just too much.
Spin attack. Oh, you have to stand still to charge it? That makes it definitely less juicy. Another giant room. You're just like, I just want to see the next set piece or something. Have it be the Terminator vision. They're scanning you and like planning your death or something. Some fucking like red robot screen. You are being watched. Again, the cameras would have to be ground level though, so it looks like somebody's following you around. Oh, really? It's like in Deus Ex. Hello, this is Elijah something or other. The streets of Detroit are burning. That shit. From some big fucking like huge like monitor in the parking lot. No, you need like the fucking AI created like ghost of Sam Walton or something talking to you from the in some gigantic like vertical screen like in the Walmart parking lot. Yeah, some Walmart. Sadly, that's gonna be like probably what's happened. You're gonna get like the fucking Big Brother Walmart fucking dystopia before you're getting some cool shit. Buy. Always low prices. Always. I mean, they would never make it like purposely dystopian, but it would be funny. Yeah, I mean, it's usually just call it dystopia for a reason. How are they supposed to take this out? Yeah, exactly. I could go blow that up, but I'm just gonna keep moving. Citizen, considering your love for hardcore hentai, we thought you might like this item on special clearance just for you today. Hello? Weird. Just like froze. Oh, I have to fight. If I don't want to fight, bro. Blue light, hey, what is that? Oh, like a light would just shine on them and they would get item. Or something. Gotcha. How do I open this? I have to run all the way back in there. Another sneak thing? I think 2 is plenty, man. Not that interesting.
The third data center
I
lay
mean,
ahead
it's
of the
cute
band
because of the
miscreants.
charm of it, but
Once again, the wretched rodent prepared to scuttle through. However, the guards would now certainly apprehend their prey, having recently undergone extensive training in their core competencies.
thought she was gonna make it. Ugh.
Well, what a great load of good all the guards' training had done. A stellar job all round, stopping the wretched rodent from getting past and granting access to his chums. The troops would surely be commending each other for their flawless performance. From the bottom of the pit into which they would soon be banished.
I don't know about the writing. Like, it's kind of just like plain or like blunt sometimes. Like, it's kind of trying to be charming, but then it's not. It's not. I mean, there is some fun writing. There are some fun characters, and it does have a charm. But then there's times like with the narration where you're just like, it's just not really. You're not feeling a whole lot about it. It's a great concept, cool art, it's very polished on that front, but sadly it's not too fun to play in the minute to minute half the time, and then there's other little oddities like that. I know, I still like it in some ways for sure, but let's see as we go. I definitely wish, like I said, the gameplay was a bit more ambitious. There's some cool bits, but it's mostly pretty
A band of
dry.
botherers emerged and laid
Very
their
stop and go,
eyes
too.
upon their undoing. A very solid, very closed iron door.
Alright. And there was one in the photo behind that.
A very solid, very open iron door.
Everybody get together. Let's speed this fight up here. Forget I have the spin now. I don't think they actually do anything. Oh, no, they killed one guy. One dude. Put an alarm here. Pick up my brother.
The fugitives made their traitorous ascent towards the surface. The elevator cable proving annoyingly reluctant to snap.
Yep.
And so they arrived at the surface. And with uncomprehending awe in their traitorous eyes, they gazed upwards to see the monumentally majestic Palace of Humgrump. Young Humgrump fancied himself as a poet. Oh, butterfly, why do you fly? Nothing but a butterfly. Flitter, butter, butter. Butter, flitter, butter, flew? He sent his poems to all the publishers in Mojo. But he was rejected by each and every one. He vowed never to release another poet into the ungrateful world. His anguish would eventually transform into rage that would propel him towards his ultimate destiny. The symbol of his rejection would become the symbol of his vengeance against an unjust world. The symbol of the humble butterfly.
Hopefully it's not a whole level. Just straight to the action, man. I think I've had a few too many word levels and mobs of enemies and blocks moving. Two doors. I'm already worried. I'm more than two.
Aha. So, finally, here you are. I have been observing you. What a journey you have been on. What challenges you have overcome. What fears you have confronted.
More combat. More.
And yet, all your efforts have been for naught. You are under the impression that you might stop me or do me harm. But that is impossible. For I am unstoppable.
Okay.
You see,
I look so like just
I,
blunt.
Humgrump, now control the book, and so control our reality. And one who controls the very fabric of reality cannot be stopped.
Same trap twice. The White Wizard.
The little twerp Humgrump zapped me and vaporized me into a cloud of ink. All rather undignified, I must say. In my cloudy form, I floated wispily through the room until I finally landed on a sheet of ultra-absorbent kitchen roll. And through a little magic, found myself reformed.
Fucking color coordination. He controls space and time, and so he turns into a bird.
The Mega Eagle. It seemed rather annoyed, descending upon our heroes with a combative cry. Thrash twirled his drumsticks and got ready to rumble.
The ultra pauses on the narration make it feel a little more shitty. full minigame? I figured we had to do all of them, so. God, I have to do this whole fucking thing again. I don't even really like a good rhythm minigame. I was just playing a rhythm game. Doesn't really go with like the song, it feels like, very well. Or maybe it's just because the sound effects are so fucking loud. Like it kinda does, but it's much more visual.
Violet readied her wand. It was time to get magical.
To get magical. Oh, so this is probably the best one. Like the most actual fun one. I mean, I like the other ones just fine. They're cool, but... Sometimes you just get dicked, man. When you don't get with any of the pieces you need and you have to put a bunch of filler in. That's pretty good. The fucking Punch Out one was cool. And, I play like shit this thing. Oh, really? Funny, you just found out. I'm sure he's into anything that's on the engine, huh? Makes sense. Guess we'll just let him do what he wants and just stand there. My favorite. The cocoon butterfly thing. And he's just chilling, man. Why does it have to be him? Why can't they go? They're just gonna chill? Somebody get the fucking bug spray, man. Oh, Sam, I'd come in here and just fucking fly swat this sumbitch, man, or shoot him, I guess, dude. This guy might be too big for the fly swatter. Oh, he's not ripped this time? He did the 3D ripped, Shut. Die, you fucker. Imagine rolling in your room and seeing this shit, man. Maybe when they talked about toys and shit being the devil, they were right, man. I guess video games were the devil, huh? I mean, everything was the devil at some point. New classics. Semi-shmup finale. In my video games. You can shoot him in the mouth, too. Waiting for the power of friendship to save us now, man. Oh, maybe the power of whatever this fucking thing is. Okay. Our balls, big green balls, came out of this dude's very mouth. Can we get the fucking rock out of the camera, please? We both died at the same time. I need some health. Wow, thanks. His biggest mistake was full healing me all the time. Rookie mistake, man. Like, it's harder, but they give you more health. Is he gonna be our friend after this somehow? I think he should just be dead, but we'll see. They gave him a sympathetic backstory. I stuck in Dinosaur Planet. But who gave him staff? But who was the mysterious wizard? Was it the same because he was in the outfit?
And so,
Time traveling.
Humgrump's remaining army, the forces of good reclaimed the land of Mojo and brought peace back to the land. Artia Castle was restored to its former glory.
The beast of burden.
The people of Mojo came from far and wide to gather at the town, celebrating their freedom with a marvelous party.
Hey, those people in the back. Devs?
Taking a break from the revelry, Jot noticed something.
Gonna talk to Sam.
A robed figure standing near the entrance to the castle.
There he is.
He made his way over there to investigate.
Who this? It's time traveling Tim. The last person I really would even remember. Was that series of books made by Sam? What's up, Bruce? Just in time for the end. No, I mean, I did stream before this. It's still not too long. 6 hours or so. 6, 7. But, probably plenty of length. I gotta go do some shit.
The end.
Sam Goodman. Time Tim. Seemed interesting for sure. I'm not in the market for an MMO right now, but I'd watch him play it some more. I didn't realize that they, microtransactions for global messages. It's a little crazy, but... yeah, that seemed cool. Seemed hardcore for sure, but I feel like I could have some players. We'll see though. It was interesting, and I like seeing where different MMOs will go these days, so I'll watch them play some more. No doubt. Pretty much watched right up until this. Woke up, I think, right after we finished, and then went to fucking drop my brother off. Came back and started this, and then dropped my brother off again. And yeah, so this one was interesting. I don't know. I honestly feel like it was a kind of almost like, is exactly almost what I expected, but not what I hoped. I like the concepts here. I think the art design is great. I think the flow or the polish of the visuals and stuff of going in and out of 3D, where you're jumping around doing 3D platforming and action with all the other little genres and stuff are really cool. The 2D and how they just kind of, you can walk on top of the book and you can walk around like the mugs and shit you can jump inside of. It's all really smooth. It looks really smooth, but the gameplay is so unambitious. It is so... I mean, I've played more dry, and I've played games like this that are very art-centric, that are much more dull. So I'm not saying it was, like, fucked. I still liked it in some ways, for sure. I don't think it completely crumbled underneath the dry gameplay, but it was dry. I don't know if it was just to have a frictionless, like, super accessibility type of game. The amount of extra options to make it even more simple makes me think maybe that was part of the case. Especially with some of the dialogue and stuff. There's some chuckles here and there, but it is very, like, very simple, very basic. And I don't know, it feels like it's kind of like maybe going for kids type of deal, but I don't know, I think you underestimate kids a bit. I honestly don't know how. Like, it might be cute, it might be interesting a bit, but I honestly feel like a little bit more. I just feel like, you know, playing around with the book and getting in and out of the book and messing with it and having it be a bit more, like, dynamic and interesting and cooler, more, like, ballsy puzzles and, you know, if you're gonna have as much combat, more stuff to unlock and interesting encounters and level design and items and stuff. It's very much just like a button masher. You have magnetic, like, fucking attacks essentially with crazy forward, like, momentum and stuff, so you just kind of mash and they give you so much health you don't have to think about anything. And it's like having simple combat, having simple puzzles isn't a big deal, but there's just a lot of it. And frankly, when they do get to, like, the puzzles, it's like they're kind of in the tedium department. It's like, hey, you know, you swap a word out for another word. You know, I've seen that in other games, right? I mean, it's a cute thing, but really all it amounts to is just carrying blocks around for long periods of time and then swapping them. And it's something I feel like I give a lot of, like, kind of puzzle game shade for, when you've got the whole puzzle solved in, like, a millisecond, but you're just kind of going through the motions and stuff. And I don't know if, even though it's got really cool art design and shit, if enough of that charm bled through to, like, make up for some of that rough gameplay. Like, I don't think it buckles underneath it completely, but, or I guess it does buckle. It doesn't break, I guess, but yeah, so I do think, well, I had some chuckles out of the story and stuff, and it was followable. It was a little dry at times. Like, a lot of the narrator stuff was kind of just, you could see what they were going for with the narrator, he's talking over shit, and it's kind of like stilted, and really just a lot of the dialogue is just very uninteresting. Like, it's got a lot of charm. The game is definitely a lot of passion, a lot of soul and stuff, but I feel like it almost is a little too clean at times in that way. Like, it is, you know, the buddies and versus the bad magician guy, and I kind of wish they, like, leaned into the Sam thing a bit more and the reality stuff. And it was cool that they had the little theme of, like, you know, bad media doesn't inspire anybody, and then it gets forgotten, and all the characters in it essentially lose their life and all that kind of shit. And frozen in time, and cool to play into like kind of a little bit more of an emotional thing there and all that. But I don't know, it feels like it kind of just dips in. Like I said, it's something in a trailer that just looks like really crazy cool, but it's very linear, and a linearity where we were talking about objectivity in games earlier. It's like I think another one of those things that, if you believe there could be any objectivity, is repetition would be definitely something I feel like on a deep level probably would affect people. Maybe to a slightly different extent, but I think there's an example of that, I guess, in this. Right? We had a big old talk about it. I'm not like we didn't come to any big conclusions. It was just a very interesting conversation at the end of the last stream. But I was just thinking about it. This has some repetition. You go into a room with words, and you know how the whole room's gonna go, and it's gonna take like 5 minutes, and then you're gonna see a combat encounter. You know how it's gonna go, and then you're kind of just waiting for the fun stuff in between. The Magic the Gathering thing was cool. The punch out shit's cool. The shmups are cool. They're always fun. The match 3 is cool. Like, they wanted it to be fun and neat, and they do, but there's a lot in between, and those parts are neat. They're enough to be spicy in their own right, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's like solid 20 minutes of shit, right? So the other 5.5 hours are getting stopped every 2 seconds for some kind of just basic dialogue, and then honestly kind of just a sort of a thrust of a story, and very kind of just sort of mediocre combat and puzzle rooms and stuff for a while. I don't know, I probably fall right in on what a lot of people are saying on it. I'm glad I played it because I think the art style and the kind of what it's trying to do is really neat. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And I think when it was going crazy, it was really cool. I just kind of wish everything was as ballsy as the visuals were trying to be, and some of the concept. I wouldn't go so far as to say, like I said, like a Planet Alana where it's all art and nothing else. Clearly there's like some desire to make some cool gameplay bits here, but I just think it needed to go harder. I mean, they're pretty much introducing shit to the very end, and it's all very much on rails. It's like, I mean, it's a good example. Like, you get the ability to like close book pages, and you can't do them both at the same time, and you can't gradually move them to kind of mess with stuff. It's just like one way or the other, or full close that only gets used once or twice, and it's like, give me a little something to do, let me control the book while I'm in there or something, right? Just anything like that, just a little bit more, right? It's very rigid, very stop and go, and while it's polished, yeah, it's almost too clean in too many ways, in a sense that it doesn't feel, like I said, it doesn't feel ballsy enough on the gameplay side of things, right? So, I don't know. Anyways, I had fun with it enough for sure. I don't think I loved it. I don't even know if I would call it truly like a good game or anything, but it's interesting. I think it's worth checking out for the art alone and the idea. Not all of these ideas haven't like been done or something, but it does some cool stuff with mixing 3D and 2D surfaces on 3D objects, and playing within those and stuff, and going in and out of them. And while you won't affect those things super hard, very dynamically non-stop, you do a bit, and it's cool enough. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, we'll see what they do from here. If this is the Tembo, the Badass Elephant people, they've come a long ways for sure. I mean, that was under Game Freak, but yeah, that game sucks. So. This is much better than that, I guess. Yeah, so cool. What was our achievements looking like, man? 83%. Can we like continue? They let you like go clean up or something? These PlayStation counters are just dog shit usually anyway, so. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Well, that's the Plucky Squire. An interesting game. Oh, now it says 98%. Interesting game. Cool stuff for sure. I'd be curious to see where the dev goes next. Hopefully it did well for him. Yeah, this was a physical release here. Yeah, so. Well, I'm going to take a little break. I might try to sleep. If I can't sleep, I'm going to stay up and, like, I guess, pick up my brother when he gets off of work at midnight and then go to bed. If that happens, I get on and do more. I was kind of in and out of sleep watching Cactus and didn't sleep much before that. So it's all sorts of fucked. Kind of got dropped with this needing to take my brother around to place this thing, which is fine. I mean, somebody's got to do it, but his schedule is very. I needed a very broad amount of hours, and I still might have work myself, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna go check the mail for Yakuza. Maybe we'll start that up when I get back. If not, might do a little UFO 50, maybe some Vampire Survivors, or maybe just chill. We'll see. So, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back at some point.